Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay, the #1 source for competitive Legends of Runeterra news and information. If you're looking for the best decks to play right now, be sure to check us out on Twitter at Master Runeterra or in our Discord. And if you want to take the next step in leveling up your game, check out our Runeterra team on Patreon, where we do weekly learning calls and one-on-one coaching. Now strap in and grab yourself some Poro snacks, because we are about to start Mastering Runeterra.
Welcome back to the Mastering Runeterra podcast with Jay and Bay. We have yet another show for you guys today. I believe this is number 100 and I want to say 98.
Don't think that's right.
Have we hit it? We've hit what?
I don't know if we hit 100. I think we're like close.
Okay. We're at 98 then.
Sure. That's a good
My
number.
bad.
Yeah.
So, funny story. This is not funny. I'm going to ruin this segment already. Yesterday, I parked at a parking spot. I thought it was 171. Went to a hockey game. And then I came back and I went to 171. It was not my car. And it turns out I parked in 271. And then so I think today I readjusted for it. I was like, is it 100? No, it must be 200. Like,
you're on
because
the same
of that
thing.
yesterday.
You're just adding 100 to everything.
Yeah, anyways, okay, terrible stories are terrible.
That was so funny.
I know. Okay, I overly share. It's well documented. Okay, let's talk about Runeterra and things now. So we'll start with me, because I played Runeterra for the first time ever. It was quite nice. It was beautiful. I now understand why you guys love the game so much. So yeah, I played this little deck called Elites. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's very skill testing. Obviously, just really, I could tell that this is one that Majiin would like for sure. And I just pummeled some people pretty freaking hard.
That's what it does.
It was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know, when did that Hound come out? When did the 1-drop Hound that gets +2/+2 when you play it on the Elite? That card is busted.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that card does not suck. I was already having a bunch of fun with the Weaponsmith and the new 4/4 and everything, and then I drew to the Hound. It was like, oh, this is a good time. So I'm interested though to get your thoughts on the deck, because people are already hating on it, of course, which happens. Demacia early in a set does big stat check things. Do you think it's too good potentially, or is it just another deck?
No, I don't think it's too good. I think right now we're seeing inflated win rates. We've always seen inflated win rates on aggro, specifically at the beginning of patches, but this aggro is very well suited to counter. Like, Elites was already fine. It was a fine deck, right? But this Elites deck is pretty well suited to counter the other things that people are messing with. Like, my last 2 videos is me playing stupid combo decks, like spell combo decks. So if you just go 1-drop, 2-drop, 1-drop, 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 I just explode. I just die. And I think that's happening a lot. Not to say Elites isn't good, because it is. The Badgerbear is an inclusion. It's a good card. And yeah, that's pretty nice. Like you said, the Hound is insane. But I think it's more the meta is in a better spot. Previously there was a bunch of Sentry Flock decks, which I think people just forgot are really good, because they're still really good. All the broad main strategies and Tibulk and everything like that.
Yep.
So I expect in another few days, when people circle back around to, okay, let's play stuff that's better, you'll see Elites kind of tick down.
Yeah.
Which I would like, because I hate that deck, man. I hate that deck. I was fine with Vayne Quinn and stuff. I think was one of the most interesting Demacia decks we've ever had. You have a lot of choices, right? A lot of your decisions matter and stuff like that. Interesting play into it. And then Elites is just dude. Are you dead?
That's exactly what it is.
No, more dude. I'll just play more dudes.
Okay, you're being a bit ridiculous. It's dude, Concerted Strike, dude.
Right. That's my bad. That's on me. Yeah.
Single combat, dude.
Single combat, dude, sharp sight. Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I enjoy your Elites.
I'm not gonna lie though, there was something nice about just turning my brain off and just kind of being guy.
Yeah.
Resolve that. Guy.
Mm-hmm. For me, that's because I love combo, right? I love combos.
Really?
I know. I know you know this. I have literally one of our combo shirts in the closet. I know everybody knows this. I like spell-based combos in particular that take a lot of like thinking. There's a lot of like different routes to your combo or whatever.
Yeah.
But every now and then it's really fun for me to just turn my brain off and basically play Jund, which if you play Magic, you know what that means. If you don't play Magic, Tri-Beam.
Yeah.
I basically played Tri-Beam or Tibble strategies.
It's
That's
just
like
good stuff on curve
good
in
stuff.
your face.
On
Just,
curve.
did you
Yep.
die yet? Did you die yet? Are you dead yet? Have
I'm
you
gonna
died
play
yet?
above rate units and very efficient removal spells. And that's my
Forever.
elites. Yeah, that's my turn my brain off.
Yeah.
It's comforting sometimes, right?
It's nice.
Yeah, it's like going
nice,
out
yeah,
to
both-
eat at like a nice like lunch spot. It's not healthy food, really, but it's just
No.
nice, you know.
Sometimes you want an expensive steak, and sometimes you want Taco Bell.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
I just want my In-N-Out or Five Guys, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Which-
Okay, so
What's your favorite fast food place?
favorite ever?
Just give me one. Just like top of your head, a fast food place you quite enjoy. Then it'd be favorite.
Just anyone that I've enjoyed In-N-Out.
Okay, In-N-Out.
There's a whole
What-
conversation there, but okay.
What deck is In-N-Out? Because when I
Right
think
now?
In-N-Out, I think very simple, but always good. And
Pirates.
cheap. Pirates.
Pirates, since it's been like better.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Pirates was like good, and then there was like Pirates got real good. It was like almost like I don't know. They opened a new chain, and like you started partying a lot. You learned that like Pirates at 2 a.m. after a night of drinking was the shit, and then Pirates got nerfed a little bit as you got back into your 30s.
Yeah, I can see that. It's very simple. It always does the same thing. It's
Yeah.
reliable. Yeah. Pirates.
Meat,
sure.
meat and potatoes is also like another thing people used to say. That's like also a John
Very
sort of
meat
thing.
potatoes,
Meat
yeah.
and potatoes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what decks then do you think are good? Like, let's talk specifically about like the new cards because some of them looked kind of busted coming in. I want to get your thoughts on them now.
So I think the two cards that I pegged for like best cards, most impactful cards, are the PNZ Draw 2. It's a 6 mana one. It's
Which
called
looked insane.
Formula, I believe. Yeah, so
Is that what it's called?
I forget it every time because I expect something more, but I think it's just called Formula, and it's just a picture of a math equation on a chalkboard or something like that. And so it's 6 mana, draw 2, refill your spell mana. Right now, obviously, I saw that, and my first thought was I want to try to do busted things with it because that's what I think every single time I see a card that says draw. But my second thought was like, oh, the Jace decks, Jace Heimer, and more specifically, like we'll get into all the niche stuff, but like Jace Heimer, Jace Lux, which you're gonna be talking about for a second. This is such a huge inclusion to these decks, not just because it's another 6-cost spell that's good. Like one, these decks were lacking draw spells. You'd have to go all the way up to Progress Day, usually through the Tellstone, which is a lot. It's a lot to commit. And two, you could often like beat these decks by giving them really awkward 6 mana windows. So they go pass, hold up 6 mana, and like if they didn't have production surge or something, the Shadow Isles version is looking to shoot something. They're looking to like Shock Blast or Piercing Darkness or Vengeance or Thermo Beam. And if you just like don't give them a good thing to do, the deck is so clunky. It's so awkward.
Yeah, because what are their options are burn all their mana for the turn, or like blow up your 2-drop in your face, which is
especially
like just
because,
not real exciting.
Especially because keeps in that deck often include a 6-cost spell, and the most important keep in the deck is Hextech Handler. And you don't want to play Hextech Handler before you cast a 6-cost spell, because if it dies, you don't get the effect, right? So if you just like if you basically like don't let them cast their 6-cost spell, you give them an awkward turn, then they look at their hand and they're like, well, I can't play this Hextech Handler, so I guess I'll just end the turn. You know, you can make it really awkward for them. But now with Formula, you can just try to make it awkward for them, and they go, okay, draw 2. Like I'll draw 2. I still have all my spell mana. My turn.
Right.
It's so good. It's so good. It's exactly what the deck wanted. And then in Jace Lux, like it's just incredible as well. It's burst speed, way to level Lux. It gives you draw power, which the deck like desperately needed. And that deck is seeing pretty high win rate. I think it's quite good. So like if board based mid range is the thing, Jace Lux is very good at taking advantage of that, because like the Jace and the Lux let you go bigger than a lot of these decks. But right now I think the lack of people playing like the flock decks are propping up Demacia. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I just think it's slightly inflated. But I think both Jace decks are very good right now to finally answer your question. There's a lot of other decks I think are good, but yeah.
Have you played either of them yet?
Yeah, I played Jace Dark Donger.
And how was it? Was the card formula
fantastic.
good? Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Also,
I'd
you could be like
shocked if it wasn't. It literally does. It might as well be like, what's a card that we could exactly make? Like, hey, you Dark Donner players, just imagine a card within the reason that we could really print. And like, this is it.
Yeah, it's also you could just go like Donger. You just wait till turn 8. You have all your spell mana. You just play Donger, and then they try to move it, and you're like, okay, Formula Flash. Flash Vile Feast. You have 3 turrets. You have 11 power worth of turrets that you just traded, and you're up a card. Like, what? Yeah, it's kind of insane. Cards.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to end up being too good?
So is it way better than any of the drawn PNZ thus far? Yes. However, until Drum Solo, PNZ had no draw. Like, you had to go up. It was only Progress Day. That was it. There wasn't drawn PNZ.
Well, I mean, I guess there's like spells that draw 1, right? Like,
there's filtering, right?
With like the ping.
Yeah, Static Shock is the 2-for-1.
Like,
Time Trick is not draw. All you listeners. So what you would have to do is you would have to play the most wanted card, which is 5 mana slow. Target player discards their lowest cost card, draw 3. So when I was playing like Karina control type decks or like Sentinels, I would play that card because there wasn't anything else. And then Drum Solo came out and we're like, oh my god, a draw spell in PNZ. And like, is Drum Solo really, really good? Yeah, it's quite good, but it can be pretty awkward actually. Eye of the Dragon haters will deny this to their grave, but enabling flow is really hard. It takes like a lot of work. Like,
sorry, Nick Makes Plays calling in.
He's calling in right now. And people are going to be like, no, it's what you want to do anyway. And it's like, yeah, it's what you want to do. But like, if I cast my cards slightly awkwardly to enable flow, like, it puts me in a really bad position later on usually. So sometimes enabling flow for Drum Solo is bad. And sometimes you're just like, okay, I don't want to develop to the board because it makes their Avalanche, It That Stares, Ruination, what have you, better, right? So instead, I just want to cast this Drum Solo, but I don't have flow on, so it's kind of awkward. And Formula just solves that problem. You're just like, draw 2, refill my spell mana. Yeah. So is it too good? It's really, really good. I also think PNZ should just have burst speed draw. Like, it was so weird to me that the region didn't have that. Like, if I had to pick one that would have a burst speed divination, it would be Piltover and Zon, and it never did until Drum Solo, which is like last set.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was certainly thinking, like, the card seems very, very good right now, and it's obviously very good in the format. For some reason, I was reminded of Minimorph. When Minimorph hit the scene, like, it was just so good. Like, it was pretty damn good. There was just like a lot of things that needed to get Minimorph. I guess Lee Sin was a big target, for sure.
Yeah.
And then it just dropped off as like kind of just everything kind of got nerfed a little bit, and like there's nothing that's like so hard to deal with, like Scion or whatever, that you just have to like Minimorph it. And so like people were calling for Minimorph to be nerfed a bit when it was kind of rampant, and then it just dropped off the scene. So
no one plays it.
Yeah. So I was wondering if like the format were to change for whatever reason, rotation, other cards coming out, other cards getting nerfed or whatever. Maybe the format would, I guess, speed up. I'm not sure what would make this card less good. I guess, my assumption would be if it was too slow, because when else do you not want it? It's just...
Yeah, I mean, the time it would be like, the time I see it dropping off in play is if we circle back to something similar to like the Ballistic Bot Victor era. Where it's like you're always getting these free spells that you're casting, basically, where flow is so easy to come by that Drum Solo is just strictly better.
Yes.
I don't know what that could be, but something could happen like that.
But
right?
yeah, that could definitely happen.
PNZ's so efficient. It's always been like probably the most mana efficient region, outside of maybe Demacia, or Shadow Isles or something. But it's so mana efficient that like it's really good, especially the PNZ Noxus decks. They just want to trade. They just want to trade 1 for 1 for 1 and then draw 2.
Yeah.
Right, and like that's exactly what the region wants to be doing. So I don't see this card dropping off in play. If you don't have anything else to say about this, I'd like to pivot to the other card that I think is really, really good.
Let's go.
That I cannot remember what it's called. But it's the 4 mana Foward Burst ramp card.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one actually.
4 mana. That's basically what it does. 4 mana Burst Foward ramp. Enlightened. This card costs 1, and it says draw a card.
Basically cycles.
Yep. So if you already are fully ramped, you can cast this for 1 mana and just draw a card instead. This card's insane. And when I say this card's insane, people are going to be like, oh yeah, ramp that just replaces itself if you don't need ramp. That's nuts. But like that's not even the part I'm talking about. Just like 4-cost ramp is so good. And it's so good because you can cast something on turn 2 and still ramp on turn 3. You can go like previously you were gatekept. Avaros and Sentry saw like a lot less play because you couldn't go Avaros and Sentry ramp, and FTR and other decks pivoted towards like a much more ramp version. It's not really control anymore. It's like Tron. I am all about the Magic references today, apparently. But yeah, it's kind of like Tron. It's big ramp, basically, is what I'm saying. It's big ramp to big thing. Can you deal with this? And so you would like forego casting things on turn 2. You wouldn't Vile Feast. You wouldn't set, like I said, Sentry fell off because you couldn't do that and then ramp on 3. But now you can play Sentry. You can Vile Feast. You can Quietus. You can do whatever you want, and then you can still ramp on turn 3 into Trundle on turn 4. Which is incredible. And then it's just upside from there, right? Because it has the Enlightened text as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. Being able to ramp at certain times to hit certain amounts of mana for certain turns for certain cards is like exactly what you need.
Very big.
And then also, having it be like kind of hand smoothing, never being dead, which is a big problem. Sometimes in a ramp deck when you need the big boom booms at the end and you just have a bunch of crappy ramp cards and removal cards. This also helps negate that, which is fantastic. I haven't seen a lot of decks playing this though.
Yeah, they should. If they're playing ramp decks, they should be playing it.
Are the ramp decks just not good right now or something?
They're not great. I mean, like playing FTR into elites sounds pretty miserable.
I was going to say, it sounds like a nightmare.
It's like She Who Wanders, nothing is 4 power less. I do not care.
Yeah.
But yeah, they should. So if you're going to play, you, the audience, or you, Jason, I don't know, are going to play a ramp strategy, I recommend the ramp cards you start with in this order are the 5 mana one that makes the 2/2, and then the 4 mana one.
What's the 5 mana one that makes the 2/2?
It's 5 mana slow. It makes the 2/2 with Overwhelm. That if you have Enlightened, it's a 6/6.
That's a card?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It got introduced also in the last set, I think, or in the last 2 sets or something. So that card, I think that should be your first edition, especially because ramp strategies sometimes need an extra push. If you're playing a ramp strategy with a lot of things that kill your opponent, it's okay to go for the 4 mana one first, but some of them don't, especially like Field of Mina and things like that. The other one's better. So 5 mana one that makes a 2/2, then 4 mana one, big drop off, Catalyst. Like that, and then maybe bigger drop off 0/3. That's like my ramp card tier list. You can move farther down if you need more ramp, but I recommend you don't go all the way down and play them all.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, so those are 2 cards. Anything else to say about the ramp card?
It's fun in an Ionia, like a Field of Mina, like Ionia Field of Rush, because you can play Karma. You can draw 2 for 1 mana.
Nice.
Surprise. I like Karma.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? And then obviously the 4/4 for 3 was going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, the Demacia guy. It's exactly as good as I thought it was. It's an 8 out of 10. Just good.
Yeah.
Big ass dude. Can block my Zoes.
Have you noticed though that so it can block elusive, but it has like the eye.
Yeah, that's the new like sharp sight keyword.
It's like Yeah, it's kind of confusing. I don't
It is.
really
Yeah.
I don't love it.
You get used to it, but
I knew
yeah.
it could only block, but still, I sat there staring at it, being like, "This doesn't have elusive, right?"
Just yesterday, I played Whoosh, the monkey, and they played Badgerbear, and I just attacked into it, and I got blocked, and I was like, "Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah." So maybe that big graphic is actually really important because I still missed it somehow. So yeah, obviously that's good. The cards I'm having the most fun with. All right, well,
Have you
Formula.
tried the Ionia card?
Yeah, so much. I've tried it so much. It's not good. It's exactly as good as I thought it was, which is to say, not good at all. Because I don't know if you've played it, but it doesn't discount the cards in your hand. Or you know what it does, right? It cuts the cost of your spells.
I know what it does. If you want to know if I played a card or not, ask yourself, is it an elite? If the answer is no, then I have not played.
Fair. So it cuts the cost of the spells in your deck in half, right? So 3/6 for those watching at home. So 3/6 lifesteal for 7. When it's summoned, reduce the cost of spells in your deck by half, rounded up. Now,
I hate that it's a 3/6, by the way.
Yeah, would
Make
you
it like
rather
a freaking 5/6 or a 6/6 or something. You're paying 7 mana for this thing that doesn't do a lot. Like, give us something.
Like a 4/7 would be fine.
Yeah, I want to. Okay, so I want to circle back to this once we're done going through the cards and stuff. I want to talk a little bit about like just general card design and stuff, which is not something we normally touch on. I don't really care that much, but like I want to pick your brain.
So one, is this card's effect like super cool? Yeah, but here's the reasons why it's not good. One, it rounds down, like it halves it and then rounds up. So if you have a 5 mana card, your 5 mana card still costs 3 mana. Nothing can go below 1 mana because it's half up to 1, right? And then
doesn't hit your hand is the biggest one.
That's the biggest one, is it doesn't hit your hand. So if you're going to play it in a Feel the Rush strategy or whatever, right? You have to not draw the Feel the Rush, and then you have to play the guy, and then you have to draw Feel the Rush. Or instead, here's another option. You just cast a ramp spell instead of him, and then you can cast Feel the Rush on the same turn anyway. Like, that's why the card's not good. But it's really funny. So I was playing like a Zoe deck, like a Zoe Karma deck, where it runs 3 copies of Sky's Descent.
Okay.
The 15 mana Targon one that does 15 damage.
The old, what am I special?
And so you just play the dude, and then they just cost 8 mana, and it's really funny. Is it good? No, but that's not really the point. I've been playing a lot of really bad Skysinger decks, but I had a lot of fun with them. And then the other card that I've been playing that's new, that's really fun, is the one that makes a keg when you cast a spell.
Oh yes,
this card's actually solid. Card is very, very strong, but the deck I've been playing it in is degenerate combo deck. It's basically you play the Kale spell that gives something invulnerable at burst speed. And then you play a bunch of warning shots. So like you make a keg, give it invulnerable, warning shot, warning shot, warning shot, and it just like OTKs them.
Wait, so the keg doesn't burst? Is that what happens?
Yeah, it doesn't die because it can't die. And then every time you cast any of those spells, including the warning shots, you get another keg.
Yeah.
So a standard sequence would look something like line them up, you have 2 kegs, Kale spell, you have 3 kegs, warning shot, you do 5 damage, warning shot, you do 6 damage, that's 11 damage, warning shot, you do 7 damage, that's 18 damage. Then you can cast a lineup up for like another 9 damage.
So funny.
It's my YouTube video for today. It's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I think I dropped in on your stream actually while you were doing that, but I didn't realize what was going on. Okay. Anything else about the new cards? Let's see. Speaking of what am I wanted to say that Attrocity is gone now.
Yeah.
With slow speed now. It's
a bit weird that you can play around Attrocity by open attacking now. It's kind of nice.
I'm just kind of ready for. I mean, the card hadn't seen a lot of play lately, other than like the Tristana deck, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's been around.
It's been around for forever.
There's been an Attrocity deck in every single meta forever, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And it's just like they said, it really restricts design space a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm kind of just over that sort of play pattern or whatever. But maybe this is a good segue. Any other thoughts on the changes or the patch or new decks or anything?
No, I have thoughts on like the meta and stuff, but we can talk about whatever. You can make your point
Okay.
about design, game space.
No. Let's go meta next.
Okay. Don't play Serene Skysinger. If you want to like win games, if you want to climb, I do think that one of the Demacia strategies could be pretty good. I think like Nora Nar Broadbane is still incredible. I think it's still a really, really good deck. And people aren't really playing it right now. Dark Donger is a fantastic choice currently, especially with Formula. That's a deck that a lot of people should be comfortable with. And I would start there, I think, if you're looking to just kind of like run over. Jace Lux is another one that's... I haven't played it myself in a while, so I can't say like, yes, this one. But people have been seeing a lot of success with it.
Yeah, and what's the current format is pick 3, ban 1, play 1?
Yeah, so it's bring 3 decks, ban 1, best of 1. So what you really can do, if you want to only play one deck, you bring that deck, bring like elites, and like Feel the Rush. Just like 2 decks that people hate. Or Rise. And then like have them try to ban one of those so you can just play your other deck.
They're not going to ban with...
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, yeah. I feel like have you played this format much?
Yeah, it's just ladder with extra steps, basically.
Oh. Okay.
But if you're like, oh, I love this deck, but I can't beat Rise, you can just ban Rise.
I don't know
nice.
why we keep trying all these different formats and stuff, but I feel like there's some better ones out there that shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Like, I don't know.
Interesting ones coming up.
Yeah? Like what?
One of the ones that's coming up next is like 30 life.
Yeah, that's a little interesting.
Yep. And then there was like one other one that was kind of crazy, but I can't remember what it was.
I feel like that's more interesting. 30 life is more interesting for people like us that just don't want to lose to aggro.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it.
We're just gonna play dumb control combo decks.
Yeah, it's like you can out karma each other. Who goes bigger and dumber and crazier.
Sounds good to me. I mean, Rise is just unstoppable in that format.
So that's still like, I don't know. I love that. It seems like if you're like, hey, you guys at Riot, come up with a new format. Like, what if we had 50% more length? Call it a day.
Okay.
Let's go get lunch.
Mean,
it's not very, I don't know. Am I the only one that like...
If they don't do anything for Rise, he's just going to win. Like, that's just
really?
the best deck. Yeah, it's just
I
Rise.
guess so, yeah. Yeah, so that's... I'm trying to think off the top of my head here of like what would be better. We talked about how Singleton wasn't like that exciting. You know what I would like? Maybe like a reduction in the number of cards you could have in a deck, down to, I guess it's 3 now. I guess, right?
Yeah.
So go to just 2.
So Singleton, but only halfway.
Yeah. Double half. Yeah, just halfway.
Singleton.
Halfway.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, that's not very good. I feel like back when they did the...
I'd be super down for 3 region. Not Singleton 3 region.
Yes.
Just 3 region. I think that's really interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. 3 region.
Yeah,
maybe like
I think
8 champs.
I think maybe combining more of these things together.
Okay.
Like 8 champ, 3 region, 30 life. Like,
yeah.
Make it like a boom, like a whole new thing. Not just like, oop, just like a little thing. It's like, you just pick that deck because that deck is, like, Rise is better than 30. And then like, yeah, I don't know. Something a little bit more impactful. I don't know.
I can get on board with that, yeah.
I'm curious. Everyone, let us know in the comments what you guys think of all these different formats and stuff. Are you enjoying them? And like also the new gauntlets, or what are they called? Daily Rumbles? Or
Daily Rumbles. If you have any ideas for new Daily Rumble formats,
throw those down there too. Yeah, the Riot people do peruse a lot of the Runeterra content, which I should probably apologize for posts. Sorry for flaming you guys so many times, but love you. Okay, can we talk about card design now?
Sure.
Yeah. So this is something that like I don't know. It's never been like my forte.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, like it is now. No, it's it came up to me because these last cards, there's only a handful of them, right, in this last patch. But I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Like this shit's like interesting.
It's cool. The cards are
cool. Yeah, like each card was like I could see like making a deck with this and like doing some cool shit with it. so many of the sets have come out, and I've been like, I don't really fucking care. None of this is really that exciting. There's like maybe like, you know, they release like what, 60 cards, and like 3 of them, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then they don't even show you Pokestick. You see that in the fucking beta.
I cannot believe Pokestick, quite possibly the best card in the game,
wasn't even revealed.
Wasn't even revealed. Yeah.
Anyways, but you know what I mean? And like, because I think what happens is they release a champion, and then they release a bunch of other cards around that champion, and then it's like Evelyn or something, and I'm like, whatever. Husks, and she transforms to something. Cool, I guess. Like, I guess I'll use her removal spell in some actual good decks.
Oh, hey, it's
not going to cost fucking 1 mana. Yeah, it's like that keeps happening, and then like there's how many champions have we just left by the wayside? Or it's like fucking Kaiza, and it's like, what the fuck are you guys
like
doing back there? The fuck is going on? And so that happened a lot, where it was like just like way too fucking good, or just way too fucking bad, and cards to support that were kind of like missing the mark. Whereas these cards, they're just like independent, right? They're just like kind of to help archetypes or maybe spur new archetypes, and they're just kind of cool.
They're just kind of cool. I think a few of them are like really bad, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be good, but like,
I mean, they give us what, 10 or something, and what, 5 of them were cool.
Yeah, we got like 3 really good cards, 2 pretty good cards, and then like some others,
kind of funsy, some
cool
funsy,
cards,
interesting ones. Yeah, because like look at the Ionia card. Like, yeah, that card sucks.
Yeah,
and it should hit hand. Like, it should hit hand, because I think it's still not good enough.
If it hits hand, I think it would be good enough. But like, is
Maybe.
it like good? No, it's still probably not.
Yeah. Where we put good enough. Up its power a little bit, so that the lifesteal actually fucking matters. Anyways, I just hadn't realized how sort of unhappy I was with card design. Maybe unhappy is too harsh, but just card design had just not been doing it for me. Set after set after set after set had come out, and I had just been like, I didn't care. I was like, I was interested in a new meta. That was the only thing I was interested in. But then we get something like Kaiza, and I'd be like, not so interested now. But it was still kind of fun for a little bit, smashing people with Kaiza. But you know what I mean? And I'm trying to put my finger on exactly why this is happening, and I think it's because they're not releasing enough cards.
Maybe. I thought Seraphine was super sick.
Yeah, Seraphine was fucking busted.
I thought
Seraphine was like too good. I love Seraphine. I had a great
was
time.
also super sick.
So much fun.
He was way too good. But like, if you combine Aatrox with the darkened weapons, I thought those cards were awesome. Some of my favorite designs they've ever done.
Interesting. Yeah, I was less about those.
Yeah, I thought they were cool.
And fair enough. And then also though, too good. Right?
Yeah.
Ended up being too good.
I'd rather it be too good than not playable, though.
Yes, I agree there. But like these cards that just came out that we're talking about that are good, are they too good? Because they're pushing some envelopes. A 3 mana 4/4 pretty damn good. Like a 3 mana draw 2 burst for that deck, pretty damn good. But like they're not like Kaiza good. They're not like Seraphine good. Because I mean they're also not champions to be fair. And I think that's what it is though. I think it's because the champions come out and they have a support package, and that sucks up like a huge, there's what, 3 or 4 champions in a set, and then like 10 cards that go with each, and then
that's
now you have like
in the set.
and now you have just a few other cards, and so the champions now they're like way too good, and the cards just don't even fucking matter sometimes, or the champions this sucks, and then the other cards kind of suck too. So I guess to try and be constructive here, I think a good way, Ryan, if you're listening, take my totally unsolicited, uneducated, unuseful advice, would be that to maybe have these cards that are going with the champions try to be a little less synergistic. They're always trying to be like, they'll all do the same thing, but at different mana costs, like the units, Like instead of that, just have them be kind of maybe good cards on their own, maybe not. And I'm sure they try to do that. Because then you end up with like Tentacle Smash. I don't know. That's like
That card was insane.
too
I actually
good.
think this system works really well, where now we get for every set we get one of these little mini sets.
I love the little mini sets.
No, huge fan of the little mini sets. Because
Why
why
don't we just go 2 little minis and then 1 big? I guess
that would be an
that's
extra
just more
thing. Yeah,
more shit. For
which
them
I mean
to
I
do.
wouldn't complain about, but like I would
I mean,
also love to see more themed cards, like the KDA themed. I know people are pretty divisive on that, but
oh, I like those. Also.
I like
why,
the KDA themed cards. I thought they were really
why do
cool.
people not like that?
Because it doesn't quite fit
Oh,
with everything else.
that's what I've always liked about Runeterra though. It's a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, so I would love to
guess
see more
maybe
stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. That was right before we started playing, is when those came out.
Yeah,
But I remember seeing them and being like, ooh. I thought they were
cool.
They're still some of my favorite cards. I love Go
Oh
Hard.
yeah,
I love Go
Go
Get
Hard.
It.
Yeah,
Feel the Rush is a card that exists in the game.
yeah. I forget that Feel the Rush is from that
Yeah.
set.
Mm-hmm. So I'd love to see more stuff like that.
Yeah, and then pushing more boundaries too. I think that was the other thing I wanted to bring up was for like I don't know, for like 6 to 12 months, it felt like every champion
Just
was
keywords.
like 3 mana, quick attack,
Mm.
quick attack, some amount of mana, quick attack. Like there was so many of them.
Or Keyword Soup, Pantheon, Evelyn,
Keyword soup.
Kaisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
But these cards are really cool. Yeah. These are your push the envelope cards. You have.
I mean, what are some favorite champs? Like Zoe,
Yeah.
Akshan, Twisted
Yeah.
Fate,
Yep.
Lee Sin. I like Asol.
Fair.
And what do they have in common? They do like big, interesting, unique, powerful things,
Mm-hmm.
right? The ones I hate the most are like Tristana. Like at least Draven gives you like axes and like interacts
Yeah.
in an interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tristana's like just like stats up things.
Yeah.
That's like one of the most boring champs ever. I feel bad because Tristana seems cool. Your old deserves better.
Tristana's pretty alright, yeah.
So yeah, just more like unique, interesting kind of shit. Even like Gangplank and Sejuani. Those are fucking cool.
They are cool.
I like those cards.
They feel good to play.
They feel good to play. Yeah, unique shit.
You get to watch them level up as you're hitting your opponent. Feels nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like I don't know, Lucian.
Yeah, not a huge fan. To be fair, that's like a beta champ. Yeah, he just got slightly reworked, but he's still
Fair
like
enough. Fair enough. Yeah, you can't compare. I mean,
just came out, yeah.
Gangplank has been around for a while. Anyways, I really hope that the rest of the sets in the year are following a bit more of this sort of theme and whatever. And who knows? I mean, Runeterra champs are taking all kinds of new directions.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyways, I don't know. I wanted to touch on it. Long story short, though, to wrap it up on a nice note, I really enjoyed these little cards that came out like quite a bit, and I was shocked by it. Like 10 cards came out, and I was like, "Those are fucking dope. I want to play the game now."
You should go play that Undying Kegs deck.
That sounds amazing.
You'll have a blast. It's so fun.
That sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay. Anything else for the people as we sort of wrap it up here?
Nope, that's it. We got a month until beta season's over, I believe, and we have a new set and everything, and rotation. So
Huge.
it's going to be relatively quiet couple of weeks, and then it's going to go crazy all of a sudden.
Freaking kaboom!
Mm-hmm.
And we at Mastering Runeterra are going to try to help push that huge boom as well. We're going to be running a lot of tournaments, have a lot of other cool stuff coming for you guys. We just launched our merch store. Also, if you haven't checked that out, go take a look.
Get yourself a Math is for Blockers sweater.
We should be rocking.
Did you see Boulevard gave us like a double thumbs up on Twitter?
I did not. No.
Oh yeah. He ordered one or like Rip Burst Pass sweaters.
Oh,
did like a little review thing. He was like, "It's nice. I like it." I think he said 8 out of 10 or something like that.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Boulevard. He's good people. All right, that's it for us. We will see you guys again next week. Majiin and I are actually meeting each other
For the first time ever.
for the first time in 2 years of Mastering Runeterra shit in Vegas.
To play a different card game.
So what I was thinking is what we do is this. I'm pretty sure this is number 98
Okay.
or 99.
Do you want to make
But-
a Vegas episode number 100?
I was thinking Vegas episode number 100. we meet up for the first time. I was like gonna go like, there's gotta be some cool place. Actually, I've seen there's in Vegas they have like esports places and shit, and like you can rent shit out. And like I thought we just go hit somewhere up that has like a studio and just go like rip it for an hour.
Yeah,
Maybe bring some drinks because it's Vegas.
because it's Vegas. That sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right.
Ask people to send in questions and stuff that we can answer. It'd be fun.
Yeah. In general, do that. Start doing that now. Ask us. Throw some questions down in the comments. We'll scoop them all up. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for all our subscribers and patrons who have stuck with us over the years.
That part of the intro.
Yeah, I forgot. I fucked it up. I was talking about parking and shit. My bad. But seriously, Maj and I were just talking about this on before we started streaming about how sort of lucky we are to have all these people that support us, even if we've never actually met you guys, and we only know you a lot of times via Discord or Twitch chat or in the comments, and just wanted you to know that we appreciate you. Thank you very much, and looking forward to a bunch of more awesome shit this year. I want to get back to playing. We're gonna stream a little bit. I promise.
I'll probably stream a little bit.
Nah, don't fucking promise things you can't fucking deliver, kid. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.